Noisy Pixel.
I am a massive fan of the science adventure series. It's got a modern day setting with loads of fantastic characters who are weaved into all sorts of insane stories with tasty pseudoscientific and mystery elements. Clearly, the best way to follow up these games is with spin-offs that eschew the serious narratives and replace them with those of a romantic comedy. Now in the West, Steins Gate, My Darling's Embrace has officially been localized and takes place in a different universe to that of the original Steins Gate, so don't worry about canon because canon means nothing when you can romance waifus. Steins Gate, My Darling's Embrace stars the mad scientist Honoin Kyoma, who has his eyes set on world domination. Wait, that's not right. Our lead character is the recent high school graduate Okabe Rintaro, a young man who spends 90% of his time making useless contraptions and role-playing as a mad scientist. Okabe and his friends, who are all basically massive nerds with one particular focus or another, run a small laboratory on the second floor of a CRT TV shop that they rent out from the owner and use as a hangout. While developing an invention, the group accidentally create a time machine. However, that's not really important because they can't change much as fate will not allow them to exploit it for massive monetary gain. That's a big problem actually, because as the lab members are mostly high school grads, they aren't exactly rolling in cash, and the lab is bankrupt. Someone needs to pay the rent after all. The only question is how? My Darling's Embrace starts with a great common route that has the crew coming up with all sorts of ideas before you get a choice that leads into your heroine routes. There's a substantial amount of foreshadowing for each event, along with time shenanigans. The routes all have an amount of both drama and wholesomeness I didn't quite expect going into this. Sure, it's not on the same level of storytelling as the original Steins Gate, but there are some decent moments of storytelling here. The returning writers seem to have put some real effort into this. They even kept the phone trigger, allowing you to send and receive emails, so no character was totally left out of respective routes, and fulfilled my daily urge to listen to Find the Blue. While the game reuses nearly all of its art from the original Steins Gate visual novel, there's a bunch of new CGs that make the romance routes unique. The illustration puts a significant focus on pinks to try and give them a cutesy feel, present with a messy color palette. I feel it doesn't quite work right all the time, but hey, it's more out of your best, girls, so I think that's a moot point. I think the best new CGs though are the ones that don't have this effect, which makes them stand out. A decent amount of music has also been remixed for this release, as composer Takeshi Yabo takes the helm yet again, with several new and remixed tracks to keep the audio spot on. I don't see this game being picked up by anyone who didn't already care about Steins Gate. Those who would see My Darling's Embrace and willingly play it without caring for the original title make up such a tiny sliver of a Venn diagram I wouldn't even notice the overlap. It's a game for the fans who want to see these characters in additional materials without getting their souls crushed. Steins Gate, My Darling's Embrace is a good serving of fluffy cotton candy to go with whatever other sweets you can gather. Getting to experience a story in this world that didn't leave me heartbroken was worth every minute of this adventure. The added benefit of getting to romance some heroines was icing on the cake. Noisy Pixel is giving Steins Gate, My Darling's Embrace an 8 out of 10. Thank you guys so much for watching. Noisy Pixel is brought to you by a group of gamers who care about bringing you the best news, reviews, previews, and more. Please subscribe and ring that little bell to stay up to date with all of our future content. So, what are your favorite characters in Steins Gate? As we know, it's a very strong character-driven narrative, and everyone's got their own favorites. Who looks the best? The correct answer here is Marcus Heikorosu. If you say Luca, you're fine as well. And if you say Faris, that's fine too. And if you say Suzuna, that's fine too. And if you say Moeka, that's pretty okay. And if you say Dara, well that's fine. And if you say Mane Yuki, that's also fine, though she's not in this game. And if you say